Cause y'all already know this is some bullshit. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis. You better talk TV with the episode 2 of season 8. Our Sistas Keeper live after show with the lovely.
You girly Nick, give it to you when I give it to you, but always in the nick of time.
And the nick of time is finna be right now because I don't even know if I got
Right
this in
now.
me, y'all. I don't know if I got this in me, but alas, we are here. How y'all feeling tonight? Drop your ratings for the episode. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and warm this up. Come on, come on. Actually, let me go back through the chat and see because y'all have already been in here sharing y'all's thoughts. Hey, Money Green Tay, welcome in, boo. Hey, Kelly Hester Jones. Shout out to all my lovely members. Lynn Williams, how are you, honey? Shout out to Siobhan, Perspective Plans, Demetria, Miriam, A Noel. Hey, honey. Shout out to you dropping that emoji at the end of my video like I asked earlier. I love it when y'all stay to the end of the videos. I love it. Hey, Roya, how are you, boo? And Brandon, what's up? Welcome in. Ellie, how are you feeling about tonight's episode?
How I feel is I feel played, but not. I shouldn't even be surprised. I was just a little shocked that they gave us this on the second episode. I would have probably respected them if they waited to episode 3. But the fact that y'all did this on episode 2, I should drive up to TP Studios. Because what was this? Though that's how I feel. I just I, that's how I feel. I feel somewhat not shocked because I don't have many expectations of sisters. That's just, let me put that out there. But I'm like, dang, episode 2 though. Episode 2, okay.
What Robin said on Waiting to
How
Exhale?
do you feel? What Robin said?
Wasn't she the one who said she could have had a V8?
Wasn't that Savannah?
Well, Savannah, one of them. I could have had a V8 around with Tyler and his damn writers. That's how I feel. So I got me a little collagen smoothie. That's how I feel, Allie. This is some bullshit.
It is.
But y'all know,
It is.
I like to unearth things. I like to get down to the nitty gritty of how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. And I was telling Allie right before we got on here, like, at the end of the day, Sistas is a soap opera masquerading as a prime time 1 hour drama. And with that, we definitely have to consider it next to soap operas versus Scandal versus Empire versus Power versus. I fear that even with our writers' room now, we are never going to get the 1 hour girlfriends version that Tyler claimed to have been inspired by. It's never coming. We might as well go ahead and let that dream die. Hey, Erica James, welcome in, boo.
Yeah.
And I think this is what this episode did for me. It was so little given. It was so lackluster. Somebody said in the chat it was giving filler. It was definitely giving filler. And I think that is just like reaffirming to me that I need to go ahead and let this dream die.
Yeah.
That's kind of
the dream died for me a long time ago. Yeah, the dream died for me a long time ago. I was so disappointed when they began to reference it as a soap opera. And I'm like, okay, I grew up watching Young and the Restless, As the World Turns, Guiding Light. I'm showing my age. However, comma, my grandma used to watch it. Soap operas were amazing. Even if some of the things were far fetched, the writers were so amazing. There were certain things that you didn't even think about or you didn't even care because the writing was impeccable.
Yep.
And that's what Sisters, what I'm saying, is missing. And so I know for me, in order to keep going, I have to find like some type of humor in it because it'll piss you off and have your blood pressure sky high, because this is definitely not what was marketed to the
In the
people in the
beginning.
beginning.
No, not at all.
This show has completely changed.
And not even for the good, which is like the most
No,
annoying part of it. Like change can be great, but it doesn't even feel like it's changing for the better.
it's not. You got rid of Preston, you got rid of Calvin to bring in Rich and Tony and Jordan. And y'all have completely dismissed my baby Aaron. I got a problem with that. Really do. Rich, I can't stand. Tony, I don't really care for him that much, but I can stomach him.
Yeah.
Jordan, he's a question mark, because when I look at him, all I say is why. Why why is he here? I don't care. I don't care if I ever see Jordan
Ariana,
again.
what are you doing here? But we here. We here for y'all.
Here. And
At
we gonna
this
give it to
point.
y'all. We gonna give it to y'all how we give it to y'all.
Or at least I try it. Y'all, I am. This is not going to be easy for me. I fear. This is just really not going to be easy. But I don't want to quit this show. I really don't want to quit this show. But an
Yeah.
hour in this landscape, with the amount of content being produced, with all of the things going on, an hour of my life to watch these hoes
Yeah.
run around doing the same thing. And I think, like, to your point, Allie, yes, it has probably always been a soap opera, low key. I feel like the first two seasons did a better job of like moving them around the world. And I don't know if that was because it was pre-COVID or what, and that reset the whole board or whatever. But I feel like I wasn't feeling the effects of the soap opera-ness of it until the Karen storyline started to settle down. Because she, for the most part, like while the show gives soap opera, Ebony and what she was able to do with the material they were giving was very much so, to me, giving 1 hour drama, like carrying this hoe on her back. And now it's like, when I think about it, I'm looking for, like I said, what are you looking forward to in the episodes? Robin, in this, whatever this is between him and Andy. But that's like just like a surface level tickle. And then who I would default to is Karen, who was going through hell and high water, which, I'm sorry, sis, but it was making for wonderful TV, beautiful performances. Now I don't even have that, which is great that she's like not in the midst of some mess, but it just further drops the show down to a place of like, why are we watching it? I know I'm not supposed to say that, but
I get it. It's kind of like you asking the question, what brings me back every every week? And I
yeah.
can honestly say it's not for excuse me, the show. I honestly watch Sistas for the community of YouTube and people I'm able to connect with. It's really not about the show for me, because honestly, if I wasn't reviewing the show, I would have been stopped watching it seasons ago. Or it would be something I would watch on a Sunday. I said this before, when I've done everything I wanted to do for the day and I just watch it. I would not invest any type of time with this show, and that's just, sadly, that's what it's become. And I don't be on Twitter, but I know last season the cast didn't even really post or interact with anybody. It was kind of like, yeah, we feel the same way y'all feel about this show, but it's our job, because they were like, they were ghosts, like they were not a present on Twitter how they used to be back in the day. So I think that you know Sisters has this quickly dissolved into something that is unrecognizable. And sadly, because it was so much promise there, it really was. But we got what we got. But yeah,
Yeah.
I did like Robin coming back, even though he ain't my favorite either. Um, but I don't like what they doing to Karen, because she's calm, she's in a place. But where is Aaron? Like, she doesn't have that support. Where he's still a baby daddy.
Allie,
Why we acting like Jack is the only baby daddy?
Allie, please, like, And I fear I'm never beating the allegations, and I don't want to, because I quite literally am conspiring for everything that is Karen's goddamn good. And I'm like, where are we going to start off? Actually, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get the ratings out the way. And we're going to start this joint off with our good sis Karen. Because I got bones to pick. And you just pointed out something else that I feel like I wasn't even allowing myself to address. But we finna address it. All right. Mel gave it a 4. Kelly Hester Jones gave it a 4. Siobhan gave it a 6. Lynn gave it a 4. Taylor gave it a 0. Big fat one, yeah. Dime Clip Entertainment gave it a 4. Miss TT, hey boo, gave it a 2. Perspective Plans gave it a 1.5. Roya says it's a 6 for me. I watched with my fiance tonight and he said it was all over the place. Because it is a hot ass mess. Demetria gave it a 3. Brandon gave it a 2, and I'm being nice. Brandon said, take this little 2 and get out my face. I love it. That's the energy that I'm on. Erica James says that Karen, Gary, and Hayden are my top 3. Come on. Not Gary in the ICU still rounding out the top 3. Hey, Vaughn C. Welcome in, boo. How are you, honey? What was the purpose of Zach and Fatima have on Sistas, though? Don't they have their own show to themselves? Listen. A. Noel gave it a 3.5. Natalie gave it a 3. Dominique says a 2 because I really wasn't paying attention to the show this week. See, that's also part of it. I sat down at my damn computer and watched it. I know better. I know I'm supposed to be doing 11 things while this damn thing is on my TV for me to feel at peace and feel like I didn't waste my entire life. I sat watching every single millisecond. That's my bad. Diva gave it a 1. You got Mel, hey boo, gave it a 2. NWO8 gave it a 4 out of 10. Angie gave it a 1. Miriam gave it a 4. Erica, you said 5 zeros. 5 whole zeros. MJ 3009 said the episode was trash today. Angie gave it a 1. Danny slept in that black dress. You right, Ellie. You are so right, bro. It is literally, it's y'all. Y'all are the saving grace, because it's like suffering through this hour only to come here and cut up with y'all. And y'all be like, Danny slept in that little black ass dress. Hilarious. Yes. Immediately, yes. I fear it's worth it. Being able to crack jokes on these hoes, I fear might be the thing that's actually really, really worth it.
It is.
She slept in that tight ass dress.
Oh my God. Yeah. Danny, ooh, Lord.
Kimberly Felder gave it a 3.
What are you doing here?
Trisha gave it a 3.
Yeah, I feel them.
Okay, now I'm in the mood to clown these hoes, so it's about to be a wrap. Also, y'all, I sent in my little ballot today. Make sure y'all vote. I know we're here to talk about sisters, but y'all asses better be voting. God damn it.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not playing. Vote. Okay.
Yes.
Back to the regularly scheduled program. All right. Actually, I'm gonna need to put this on the screen. Because the way that they actually are playing in Karen's face is pissing me off. And shout out to you, Miss TT. You voted today too? Yes. Ellie, I am hyper focused on, I'm about to lose Pam. I'm about to set Pam's ass asunder. Because I am very keyed in on the amount of labor being asked of various women. And Karen is one of them. Karen now having to put together all of the paperwork and the business plan and all of the stuff behind the scenes because numbers ain't Pam's thing and Pam don't want to do that. All she wants to do is promote and make sales and don't actually get the understanding or don't have the drive to cultivate an understanding to build an infrastructure for her own goddamn business, which means that a third trimester twins carrying Karen has to now do that work for you. while also engaging you with goofy ass gossip about a man who she has been the bane of her goddamn existence, getting on her nerves because he has entrapped her goddamn best friend for the better part of the last 2.5 years. And then the point that you made of like, only for her to have to deal with this stuff with no Aaron in sight. But I'm supposed to believe that Rich all of a sudden loves Sabrina down and got her back and just I gotta show you I can love you in ways that's not sex. And Tony over there, I gotta show you I can love you in ways that's not sex. Meanwhile, the original Negro who know how to love in ways that's not sex is nowhere to be found. Who the hell gets rid of the original and then starts making photocopies and handing them hoes out like they are valuable? You are quite literally a photocopy and a bad one at that.
I said, the only thing that saved that scene for me with our good sis Karen is the fact that I love that we were able to see that Karen knows what the hell she's talking about when it comes to business. Because throughout this series, they have made it seem like Karen isn't the best businesswoman and she's made some decisions that did not benefit her business. So I commended them for showing that aspect of her. But having to deal with Pam, we know that Pam is nosy as hell. But it's the fact that I'm gonna need you to take certain things a little seriously. As you heard about the whole Gary situation, you know this was not anything that was child's play. This was a very serious situation that happened. And you come over there with tea and a donut, which I appreciate you for feeding our good sis, but it was only for your benefit. It was only for you to get something out of it. And Pam, since you want to be a businesswoman so much, you not connected with Miss Marie, a millionaire, I'm gonna need you to get your own team, get your own little board, so that Karen don't have to be involved in this situation right here. So I'm gonna need you. Running a business is more than just snapping and putting up pretty pictures on Instagram. You need a team, ma'am. Yeah, you didn't think about that. Numbers ain't your thing. Oh, it ain't. You too busy running around Tenderoni Trey. Let him help you. You still look cute, Angie, but I'm saying let little Tenderoni Trey help you.
I fear I'm going to have to set Pam's ass asunder this season. Because if you going to be just yet another homegirl that's going to benefit off of all of the strengths that Karen brings to the table, meanwhile poorly servicing her back and half-ass servicing her or transactionally servicing her, we don't need another friend on that damn train. We have Andy. We have Danny. We have wish-washy ass Sabrina, who is more genuine and intentional than the others, but also she gets influenced. She gets influenced.
Very much so. Mm-hmm.
So Pam, figure out if you actually look up to Karen and are inspired by her and want to learn from her and are over doing whatever it is that you have been doing in the last decade of your life that has amounted to you being a receptionist at this damn hair salon, wanted to have sex at the hair salon and be a flighty, cool chick at the hair salon, but now has the opportunity to walk into business ownerdom, entrepreneurship. Figure out if you actually want to do this and then do it. You cannot stay who you are while also trying to command the fruits of labor that your ass is not doing in a life that you hope to have but you don't want to work to get. And then turn around and look at Karen after you done already built most of the damn infrastructure that you didn't even know what to put in place off of her existing business, ran up her goddamn credit cards, and then gave her attitude about it. Like, I can get rid of Pam so damn quickly. I'm at my wit's end with these hoes. And again, you're putting this on her. She now got to do this. She's in her third trimester, potentially considered part accomplice to the damn murder and or attempted murder of Gary. All of this is cool, whatever. Because at the end of the day, one thing that Karen has already shown is that she can handle the storms. But I'd be damned if these writers are going to keep Aaron's ass from her corner and make her weather this shit by herself. While every other hoe who has way less to worry about got other goofy ass niggas in a corner. Ugh.
Everybody got a third leg but Karen. And I'm not saying she need to be out here having sex. but I'm having a difficult time with these writers keeping Aaron away from her during this time. And maybe this is going to be the thing that bring him back into the picture after finding out about Gary. But I really do, I strongly dislike the fact that he is not a present help. And when he's trying to do that, they create Karen to be standoffish with him as if he hasn't already proven himself. Not that he's perfect and he doesn't have his own imperfections and things of that nature, but to me, he has more than proven that he is a stand up guy, that he is consistent, that he is unmovable, and that he loves Karen Mott, regardless of how she's treated him, regardless of how she bring him in and throw him away, bring him in and push him away. He wants to be there. And as you stated earlier, creating these carbon copies of who Aaron is in a Rich or a Tony, they don't even have that same je ne sais quoi that Aaron has because it don't even come off as authentic.
At all.
I can't wait till we get to Rich and especially Rich. When we get to him, because baby, no, I can't stand that bastard.
Demetria said
Can't
that
stand that
Pam been
bastard.
messy in my opinion. I thought you all liked her. We do like her. We did and still do
Yeah,
like her. However, she's now started to display traits that we have criticized in other characters, and she don't get to keep those traits or have those traits and not get the criticism that everybody else got. Here, they can all get it. I know that people believe me to like, oh, you don't keep that same energy. Erica keeps that same energy. There are specific characteristics, there's specific behaviors, there's specific triggers that are always going to elicit the same thing. Pam was cool they lied when she was messy and not causing additional problems and or stress and additional labor for Karen. The moment that she started causing additional labor with no return on investment in reference to the relationship, so Karen don't get shit out of it, that's when I got a problem. That's when I'm on her ass. And that's the part that we're approaching. Because now Karen got to step in and get your business together. She got to step in and draft up a business plan so that you don't lose the $1 billion investor that your ass should have probably never got to begin with. Of the same business that you didn't want to pay her back for starting on her credit card. This is some Daniela King shit if I have ever seen it. Takes me right back to her running up the damn Amazon bill.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what it is, Demetria. We really just trying to hold everybody accountable. Go ahead, Ellie. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, and this is a beautiful thing because I think it's important to show that you can like a character and still call them out when they need to be called out. And I know when you get to a lot of the Fatima Knights and the Zachites, you know, if you say anything, or no, they always got to defend them. And I'm thinking they can be your favorite characters, but let's not act like that we can't speak truth to what we're seeing. One thing I have always loved about Pam, I thought that she has always been a loyal person to Karen. I felt she's always been a crafty employee. However, when we got to that part about this credit card, when we got to how she was tripping on Karen about Trey, when we stepped into that particular season of their dynamic, no, Pam has always been messy. She always wanted to be in somebody's business. But what I will say, like certain things I've always stood up for Pam for, one with Andy, because Andy always looks down on her and tries, in my opinion, tries to make her feel small, even when Pam is just being who she is. And then when we get to Pam with her treatment of Karen, I had an issue with that because you're a lackluster employee. You ran up this woman's credit card. You didn't want to pay her back. You had an issue, and then it took Trey to speak to you in order for you to get it. After you telling this woman that she's your shero, that you look up to her, and that's how you can treat the person who you look up to. So Pam has incredible character flaws. However, I still like her, but she be pushing it. Like she really be pushing it. It's like at this point, as you stated, Karen is in her third trimester. She's closer to delivering twins. And we don't need this from you. If anything, you should be acting as a model employee because of your friend. You want the title friend so bad, your best friend and all of this, yet you're still a lackluster employee, but you want your business to flourish. Because if I was Karen, I would ask Pam, so the things that you did to me uh as your boss or your leader, would you want somebody to do that to you? And the response would be hell no. Pam wouldn't want nobody having sex in her linen closet. Pam wouldn't want nobody using her credit card, but yet you did it to Karen. So Pam, I'm gonna need you to get it together, and a peppermint tea and a blueberry muffin ain't gonna cut it.
It was an almond
Sorry.
croissant, Allie.
Almond croissant. That's even worse. It
Why is
ain't
it
gonna
work?
cut
You
it.
know what, Allie? I'm not even gonna hold you. This was probably one of the very few things the writers got right. I feel so damn connected to Karen's ass, and I'm like,
Okay.
Karen, I know we see each other because that's what I get. I personally love Moroccan mint tea and an almond croissant
Mm-hmm.
warmed up. Ooh,
You
yes.
know what? I've never tried one. I've never tried one.
They're
I'm gonna
good,
try one.
friend.
Just
They
because
are
you said
really
you like
good.
it, I'm gonna try it.
They are really
Okay.
good. Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf has one. They are very good.
Okay.
Quite delightful. But it ain't gonna be able to be enough, Pam.
It ain't enough.
Coming over
Ain't
here
enough.
talking about some damn gossip. Uh so yeah, that's what that is. We still like Pam, as Allie said, for now. My ass is
Yes.
I got her on the
Yes.
plank though. She's walking the plank as far as I'm concerned. And at any given moment I can go. Because I'm not playing with these hoes this
Oh
season.
Lord.
I don't have it to do,
Yeah.
Ellie. I really don't have it to do with these hoes this season. Like, please. We got to progress. We are in
I
season
feel you.
8, for God's sakes. Why are we in season 8 and it feels like this could be literally season 2?
That's what it feels like. I was having a conversation with my homegirls earlier about Sistas. I said, "Do you realize we are in season 8? This show premiered in 2019. We have been with these characters for 5 years. If you was 25 when this show started, baby girl, you are 30. That says a lot." And as you stated, this feels like we can be in season 2 after 5 years, after the average viewer who may be 25 at the time and they're now 30 now. That's wild. That is
Wild.
wild.
Come on now. And we have gotten damn near nowhere.
Nowhere. Nowhere. Still doing the same stuff. Still doing the same things for the most part that we were doing in season 2. Literally. But yeah.
I mean,
Was that all with Karen? Because girl, I don't even know. I think
I feel like
because she
that's
wasn't
it for
really in the
Karen.
episode like that.
She wasn't. Next time, Pam, bring her the damn tea and a croissant and take your ass to the shop. Don't have her begging you to go open up for her. Don't have her begging you to rearrange things or take things over to the shop. It's time for you to actually be a bomb ass assistant. Enough. Cut the shit. Until them kids turn 1, I need you to operate in excellence, Pam. Please. Or we gotta find somebody else.
Okay, the latter is looking very promising.
I'm trying to figure out where I want to go next. I kind of want to go to Danny. It's something that you said.
Let's go because I want to rip her a new one because I have some thoughts.
Go for it, friend. We on Danny now.
Okay, okay, I have a whole bunch of things going through my mind. Danny, even if I wanted to like her, because I don't like the character. Even if I wanted to like Danny pisses me off probably more than any woman on the show. I honestly felt that, like I
Even more than
said, Tony is
Fatima.
not my favorite character. In this episode, yes.
Okay.
So let me rephrase that. Yeah, Fatima pisses me the hell off. In this episode, it was Danny because I felt like when the scene opens up, she's still trying to initiate sex with Tony and he is against it. And he brings up, her therapy and things of that nature, which I did not feel that he was being sarcastic with it, and I did not feel that he was trying to disrespect or degrade her in any way by bringing that up. And then fast forward, he makes this wonderful breakfast. He telling me something, what are you doing? Heifer, you smell that bacon and sausage in your room. That's why your behind came out, because you always looking for a free meal. I'm surprised you had food. Let me start there. I'm surprised you had food. But you did, so I'm gonna give you a little props on that. Then when she sits down, she tells this man, when your girl is stressed and going through and she wants to have sex, you just do it. No, no, ma'am. You don't just do it. Not at all. Not in this case. Not when you. And then she alludes to the fact that she believes Tony views her as a dick fiend. Well, ma'am, that's what you are. You are a dick fiend. You are someone who uses sex as a way to escape reality so that you don't have to deal with yourself and your insecurities and your deficiencies as a woman. That's what you do. When she told Tony that she felt like he was using her trauma to judge her, that's that damn word that Danny says that pisses me the hell off that she's been doing it since season one. Anytime someone brings up Danny's faults, anytime someone calls her ass to the carpet, anytime someone attempts to pull the carpet up under her behind, she want to use the word, you're judging me. I feel like you're judging me. She does it to everybody. And the fact that she did it to Tony and he apologized for it, I said, what the hell you apologizing for? You called her out and you were right. What you apologizing for? This is what she does. She want to ride you so that she don't have to deal with her own trauma and then turns around and try to gaslight you to make you feel that you're using her trauma as a way to pass judgment on her. And it's like at this point, when I tell you I'm so sick of the character of Danny, I knew I was pissed off, but the more I talk about it, the more I feel myself getting riled up about it. She pisses me off with that because there are so many people, not just women, but people who use that excuse of somebody judging them because you don't want to deal with your nasty ass. That you're just not that great of a person, which to me, Danny is not that great of a person. But anytime you're placed in a position to deal with yourself, you run from it. And then you want to act like your therapy means so much to you. I can't tell. You treat it as a joke. You treat it as if it's just a hobby or something to do. If Danny was serious about her journey in therapy and discovery, her actions would still not be what it was when this show first premiered. She really is a character that just pisses me the hell off.
Yeah.
But how did you feel when she, if you had any feelings about that, when she told Tony that she felt like he was using her trauma as a way to judge her?
I feel like at what point are we going to actually hold Danny accountable for her mess? And what is the point in giving her the therapy storyline if we're going to allow her to make a mockery of it most of the damn time, half-ass use it to heal, and then use and weaponize it against others who would typically be in position to hold her accountable to actually growing in the therapy. But anytime anybody brings it up in a supportive way, like you said, she tries to make it seem like everybody is judging her. At this point, just let her be trash with no goddamn food in her fridge, with a vape in her mouth, and her boobs busting out of her goddamn airline shirt. Like, let her stay that. Why do we have Carisha here if we're not going to actually have her go down the storyline of like what it is to be in therapy? And yeah, sometimes people take their asses to therapy not taking it seriously, but just want to do it to say that they're doing it. But like, let's tell that story too. But then to turn around and say that this man is judging you because he doesn't want to pull his penis out in a moment where he wants you to be able to reflect and express your feelings. Quiet as cat. If you knew like I knew, if you was a high achiever, if you was that really that, you would have been like, I feel scared. I feel da-da-da. I feel da-da-da. Give him what the hell he wants, and then he probably would have fucked you, girl. Like, I just, Danny is just so... I think what's the most exhausting thing about consuming Daniela King is that she has the makings for what could be some of the most transformational, beautiful Black woman storytelling. And they quite literally park her ass in the kittiest of kiddie pools and let her sit there thinking that she's Queen Sheba. You ain't shit, Daniela King. And sometimes you need to know that.
That was a great analogy. That was a great analogy. And I think a lot of my feelings too comes from, and I've said this several times, out of everyone, the storyline I was looking forward to the most in season 7 was Danny going to therapy. Because I was like, yes, finally, all of them need to be sitting on somebody's couch. But if we're gonna start with someone, yes, let's start with Danny and let's see that story, tell that story. And they haven't told that story. And like you said, there are people who go to therapy who might not take it as serious as others. Then hell, then tell that story. But to have Danny in this position where she is constantly not assessing herself accurately or giving herself the favorable nod every time, it's tiring. And then when she expresses herself to other people, she wants to say that, well, I'm in therapy, I'm doing better, I'm changing. No, you're not.
You're
Her
not.
saying those things is the same thing with it's the same thing Zach do. I'm in therapy. Let me breathe. You still doing the same stuff you always do, Zach. Therapy is not helping you, brother.
At
You
all.
taking an inhale, exhale, and you ain't changing nothing. And I think that for me with the character of Danny, the way that she did Karen last season, it truly still rubs me the wrong way because she was just able to kind of skirt out of that with no consequences and really not having to atone for what she did. And it's irritating because Karen is a character, and even Andy, like they have to deal with the repercussions of their decisions. They
Mm-hmm.
have to deal with the consequences. And Danny, she doesn't. She can do what she want to do and just continue to live life as if nothing has happened, and I'm gonna just go on about my day as long as I can get some peanuts at the end of the day. And this is at this point, who cares anymore?
Yeah.
We don't care about that. We don't care about that.
Ain't no well says Preston and Karen are the only two to even attempt to hold her accountable, and we see how she treated them both. They were punished for it.
They were
Similar
punished.
to
Yep.
what Tony is experiencing. Anybody who chooses to see Daniela fully and speak to what they see gets punished for it. And I'm not even mad that she's actually making that choice because there are plenty of women or men who do that, who are in that place. But those same women and men suffer consequences as a result of that. And my problem is there's not enough people suffering the consequences of their actions, behaviors, and mindsets. What's the problem?
Thanks.
Daniela King shouldn't even have friends if she's going to continue to punish the people for seeing her for who she really is. Not judging her, but seeing her, because there's a very big difference. Be clear. I know people love in this day and age to play like, oh, you just gotta, I just need you to support me. And support looks like saying yes to me and everything is gonna be okay. No, support looks like telling you the God honest truth when your ass needs to hear it. Support looks like, friend, you are wayward as hell right now. You are off the beaten path. You are set tripping. You are costing yourself your life. You are a danger to yourself. You are not making smart choices, but I love you anyway. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I love you. Support could be, Danny, you are not a good person. I want to help you be a good person, friend. But too many people in this day and age, they will hear the first part and be like, oh, this is my op. Oh, she don't love me. Oh, this ain't support. That's some of the best support that your ass could possibly ever get. Because these yes people got everybody stuck. And for me, I don't understand how Daniela still has friends, how Daniela still has a boyfriend, how Daniela still has a job operating the way that she does.
And even speaking to that point, when Tony told her, if you need time off, I'll give you time off because you don't even have any more PTO. You have depleted your hours. Oh, so you must don't know me. What that mean? You just gonna go anyway? You are a supervisor. You're not even just the regular smuggler employee. You are the supervisor, and so you just gonna do what you want to do. You just gonna leave when you want to leave. I mean, you obviously do it, but to tell that to the person that's even over you must not know me. I said, at some point, are we ever gonna grow up? Are we ever gonna take ourselves seriously? Guess not.
And I think the
Guess
part
not.
that like is the most insidious about this, right, with this scene is this is actually what you want a man to do. You want a man at a time where you probably are operating internally with high emotion, high mental strain, confliction going on, and maybe hiding and masking it to see into you and to pump the brakes for you because you are defaulting to whatever your natural soothing response is to like comfort yourself, right? Tony did not do anything wrong, and yet he gets punished for it. So for me, this becomes insidious because what are we telling the audience? What are we telling the women who are watching Daniela, see this man do this, and like, damn, I never experienced that. Okay, all right, he got a point there. Only to arrive towards the end with her forcing him to apologize and penalizing him for being a good boyfriend because she wants to still be able to hide in her shit. That's insidious as fuck. I gotta stop cussing.
Yeah. But it is. It really is. It's and to the people who think, we have an issue with men and we always down to men. That's not the case. That is not the case. And this is a prime example. Because I tell any man, if you come in crossing a Daniela, run the other way. She's not ready for any good man at this moment. She's just not. She's not in that place. Run from her. And Tony, I don't know, I'm curious as to what is it about Daniela other than her body shape and sex that Tony finds so irresistible. Because I don't get it. I really don't. And I don't know. I don't think he's ever stated why. But there is no qualities at this point to me about Danny that would make him want to stick around. But I would love to know from his perspective what they are.
Yeah. What brought out of you, like, I want to show you that I can provide more than just sex?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I'm a little bit more critical of Rich because I feel like Tony seemed way more genuine than what the hell Rich is giving. But it could be similar things. Or it could be the exact same thing. Like, for me, I really struggled with Rich saying the things that I felt like he should have said last episode. They waited too long. They cut it in the wrong spot because I was like, you talking about you here. What the hell does that mean? Ain't no affirmations. Ain't no you gonna be all right. Ain't no nothing. It's just your presence is gonna say today. No, Baldy. That ain't gonna work. So he had a little bit more flowery words and spoke to the affirmations in this one, but I still did not feel the genuineness to it. And for me, I went to a place of this gives the man who needs to be able to save the woman. You're not saving her. You're not stepping in. You're not supporting her because you actually want to support her. You're doing it to get your own rocks off because you want to feel like a man, big, strong man. You want to feel like him. I'm Himothy. Take your bald head ass on, Rich. Because we see right through you, ho.
Truly. Truly. And I agree with you. I've always, when Tony was presented, when they came back and him and Danny were in a relationship, and he always expressed concerns about her mental health. Mm-hmm. Like that was one of the things, that he didn't even know. I mean, she didn't even know that he was going to therapy. However, he has a therapist. With Rich, he comes off very, I don't want to use the word snaky and slimy. I just don't find him authentic. Like I don't find him to be authentic at all. And even seeing him touch Sabrina and girl, I almost threw up in my mouth. I did first thoughts. I'm gonna put it out when we get done. When I tell y'all, you can tell Rich irked my entire soul tonight. Oh, are we done with Danny and Tony?
Yeah.
Did you have anything? Okay. Rich irritated the hell out of me. I didn't want him touching Sabrina. I didn't want him in her presence. It was just, I don't know what was happening in this episode. But I said, why is it that everybody, it seems like the theme in this episode is go to the police station, come back horny. Because everybody was trying to get it in. I'm not understanding, but that's neither here nor there. But with Rich attempting to have sex with Sabrina, and she was telling him about, she had to wait 2 weeks or whatever the case like that. And he stated that he wanted to prove to her that he could provide more to her than just sex. And I said, baby, I can't tell. I don't know what you provide, Sabrina.
Like, I quite really literally don't. 4 days ago, you were also her headache. And I think that that's a brilliant point that you made of like, Tony started off with therapy. And like, girl, you keep waking up from these damn dreams. Like, I can lay the pipe all the hell I want to, but I can't even keep you asleep because these dreams is haunting your ass. Go to therapy. Yes. But, Rich, you haven't given a good goddamn about much of nothing except for what's going on between Sabrina's legs this entire time. And now all of a sudden you done fell down, woke up, decided you wanted to be a goddamn father and you wanted to be a good boyfriend? In 24 hours? Do you know you have 30 minutes? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And part of that is like annoying for the character. Then the other part of it is for me annoying with the writers and people behind like bringing this to us because y'all are gonna stop playing in my face and pissing on my leg and telling me it's raining. Quit the revisionist ass history. Go with what the hell you put on paper the first time. You do not get to backspace and delete, ho. They're gonna be on my ass.
Oh God. But it's the truth. It is the God honest truth. Rich, it was just like, even going back to last week, he was so, this Andy fault and this, and this, that. And then you get to Sabrina house and I just want to be there for you. You ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm going to come in and save the day. She doesn't need you to do that.
You are not a kind man if you're only kind with the woman you stick parts of you in. You are not a good man if you're only good to the woman that you stick parts of you in. So, Rich, in addition to you never even having a track record of being intentionally supportive and effortful in this relationship, your incessant need to paint Andrea Barnes as a goddamn villain and not be able to see anything that she could potentially be going on for her, while also knowing that this is damn near Sabrina's sister and still not having no empathy, means that you don't have empathy for Sabrina either. So you're lying, ho, and we clocked it. Go ahead, Allie. I'm sorry.
You speaking my words. That's what I said in my little first thoughts. I said, Tony's aggression toward Andy concerns me. He has a little bit too much anger and aggression towards this woman. And the fact that you are saying this to Sabrina, who considers Andy her friend, her sister, and you don't have an issue with expressing yourself in that way. She just came back from the police station. Initially, you had all this compassion. Now you coming at her with this aggressive energy because of what Andy did. And then the thing that really pissed me off about Rich is the fact that knowing the history that he has with Gary and knowing what Gary did to Penelope, because we all remember that big reveal when it was revealed that, you know, Penelope was pregnant and, well, we knew she was pregnant, but Gary was still messing with Andy and all of this stuff like that. You and Tony wanted to put y'all foot in Gary's behind over Penelope or over the situation with Jordan. But now with this whole Andy situation, you look at her void of, okay, let me settle down for a minute. What would be the reason she would even want to marry Gary? Nothing about that would make sense. After everything that has happened, why would she do that? Like, you're just so clouded by your anger that you just refuse to take a moment and step back to look at the whole picture. But to me, Rich is a very impulsive individual, and I just don't trust him. But you know what I think gonna happen?
What?
When he goes to get that sperm pulled out of himself, I don't think Rich gonna be able to even have kids. I think Sabrina gonna end up having a child with the co-worker or maybe another donor. I think that's gonna be the like the shocking moment for them as a couple and how because they got to do something. They got to do something with this storyline because Rich, or maybe that's just my wishful thinking, they're gonna have to do something with Rich because I don't want Sabrina to have his kids. I don't want Sabrina to be entangled with this person, to be tied down to this person, because I don't like him and I don't feel he has Sabrina's best interest at heart. I really don't.
We got something to pray for, friend. I didn't even think about it. But now it's on the prayer line. He's sterile as please and thank you.
Yes.
Because, you know, they did a little behind the scenes. I don't be watching it. But then people be trying to hit me with stuff and ask me questions, and then I be trying to be
Mm-hmm.
knowledgeable, and I be trying. I be really trying, and not how niggas be trying. I actually be exerting effort. What you say,
Yes.
Allie? Strenuous effort has to be elicited for the trying to actually be
Okay.
happening. Erica be doing that, so she didn't come across a screenshot from behind the scenes that talking about the evolution of the characters. None of these damn characters evolved, but I'm whatever. Well, I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'm gonna let y'all eat this little one with the marketing. But there's a photo of Sabrina and Dominique at the airport seemingly getting confronted by Tony. And I got a video coming tomorrow to like unpack it. But like that just helps make it all make sense. So she don't even gotta be the bad guy saying, I don't want your bald-headed ass sperm. Cause you can't give me none. Ow. Now all you gotta do is bring Aaron's ass back, have Andy fall down some steps and bump her head and wake the hell up so she could drop Jordan's ass, and we might be on track. There we go. Easy fixes. Easy fixes y'all could do in 4 episodes.
Those are facts.
Ain't no else said that would be amazing. It would be amazing. I love that. Just Danielle says I'm with you, Ellie. Really I think Rich won't be able to have children either. Listen,
you know,
that is good. That right there is good. I actually love that.
Yeah, that's all I got.
And I don't think that I'm not trying to rip my peers a new one. I swear I'm not.
Go ahead, girl.
Because to be a writer, and then also, like, I get it. We all artists and we sensitive about our shit. Like, I don't feel there's as much intention and effort going into the writing of this for the purpose of, like, having both Tony and Rich say similar things to their women to provide 2 different, or basically to provide context of, like, Tony being a genuine one for us to really see how Rich is not it. I really just don't think that's what they did or was planning to do. I think that they really thought that they ate that little one with Rich being able to, I guess, win the audience over, or both of them. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they looked at season 7 and was like, oh, wow, we're really just patriarchal with this writing and the misogyny is wild. But to me, it would have made more sense if that was the purpose. Like, if Tony was supposed to be the genuine one and Rich is just performing this, and that would have been his storyline, or where we're going with him trying to be the good boyfriend because Sabrina is a good girl and she deserves better. Even that, to me, would eat as a storyline. I don't know. What you think?
It would. Because I think it would make perfect sense. If Rich was the guy who was trying, who was putting on this act and this performance, it would make sense, because to me he has been wishy-washy from the very beginning. One minute you don't want to have babies, the next minute you want to have babies, then you go back to not wanting babies. You don't want babies because you had so many siblings, and that's not, you had a whole story panned out. Then you talk to your boys, I mean, yeah, but she's a good girl. I might, if I want to, think about possibly producing. What? So it would make perfect sense if that was what his character was created for, or that was the overall perception of who he was supposed to be. But what irks me is that, to me, he's performative. However, it's like they want us to believe that Rich genuinely cares about Sabrina, that he is willing to denounce his own purpose in life for the sake of her. Like, you don't get that. You don't get to get that big one with me. I'm sorry. No, I no.
And
But it
definitely
would
not in
make
a
sense
way
though.
that he's doing it, right? Like, I get the grand gestureness of it all, but none of it is tied to, like, I've now grown to see what could be beautiful for me. my thing is, like, I don't ever want you to do anything out of obligation. And Rich very much so gives. He's only staying here because he wants the privilege to still be able to stick parts of him and the parts of her. And then he can't possibly fathom the another man not sticking parts of him and the parts of her, but still being the father of her child, which is all seated on him and his narcissism and his insecurity. The shift that you made, this grand gesture that you're having of like, okay, I'm going to do this for you. Don't do it for me. Do it because you now identify with the life that is aligned with those particular decisions and you actually want that. Because doing it for me and doing it to please me or doing it to feed your goofy ass ego in this moment is not going to sustain you the 18 plus years that it's going to take to rear this damn child and launch them off into the goddamn world as a decent human being.
Yeah, and even like something Sabrina said today about, I always imagined that when I, got pregnant or had, babies, that my partner would be just as excited as I am. And I'm like, okay, so you already know that's not where he is, and there's some you already know, Sabrina, that he's doing this for a specific purpose that has absolutely nothing to do with really wanting to be a father, but it is to appease you because he don't want you with Dominique. He doesn't want that to be a thing. And the grand gesture of bursting into the examination room, damn near about to whip out his penis. I'm like, you're doing too much, Rich. You was doing entirely too much. But to do that because you don't want her to be connected to another man, already it's just giving me like the icks, because I don't want that for Sabrina. Because this is, and this, a lot of people maybe just want to have kids, or they just want to be a mother. But there's a big difference in just saying I want to have kids to believing that your purpose, that you were created to give life, you were created to birth children and create this family unit in this life. That's something that's so near and dear to her, and then to have it with someone like Rich, it seems so unfair.
Yeah.
It seems so unfair, and I'm just really hoping he can't do nothing.
And why do we want to make people fathers who ultimately don't want to be fathers? That's why we're in the predicament that we're in.
Yeah,
As a
it is.
community.
And I don't know if you said it or maybe I was just my thoughts, but like even with Rich, not even atoning to what he said, you told your friends that this girl was trying to trap you. Now all of a sudden, this is the woman you can't think of a better person to have your kids.
Ooh.
When you want to bring up entrapment, but you the one who do the condom fell off and ain't say nothing.
Ooh.
So no, Rich. Mm-mm. You don't get off that easy.
Do you know you have 30 minutes? 30, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Since we go on here and we done talked about all the damn relationships, let's swing it around town and then take it up the elevator.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Because what do we have here?
What's going on?
You know we in the pits of hell as it pertains to this show when you get all giggly about Rob, because this man is fine, but he also has a checkered past himself. But baby, when I tell you I am sad and excited. Sat.
What the hell is going on between the sheets in my home? Baby, wait, let me explain before you start to point that cane. Robin, what you doing there? Why you making tea in the kitchen? And then this nigga is moving around like he know where everything at.
He do know where everything
you
is.
Open
He's
the door,
familiar.
You know
He's
where
familiar.
the spoon is. You know. Oh, he there. What's going on? So why he know where everything at? Andy, you got something you need to tell us, sis?
Robin is too smooth for me. He is too smooth.
Baby, let me tell you something. I don't want it to happen, but Andy, sis, I ain't gonna hold you. If it happens, I ain't even gonna come at you, because what? Even me, I'm watching the show and I'm like, Robin, you're a smooth criminal. You are a smooth criminal, because I don't even hardly trust you. I don't even hardly trust. And this is what he got me. As your lawyer, I'm advising you not to go see Jordan. I said, no, you're not. You're not advising Andy as a lawyer, even though I get it. You're not advising her as the lawyer. You're advising her as someone who want to be what the hell is going on between the sheets in her home. That's who you want to be. That's who you want to be, Mr. Biggs. But
Mimi
I'm
says
here for it.
he here to shake the table. It needs to get shook. Here, it needs to get shook. It needs to get shook.
Okay.
And I'm right there with you, Allie. She take a tumble and fall into the arms of that man. I'ma just say she had failed. Like, she clumsy. It's fine. She fickle and she clumsy.
I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there with you today.
Listen, if there's any time to bring the tramp out, Robin is right there. He's right there. Get to getting.
I mean, and technically, Andy is single. She ain't with nobody, so she ain't cheating on nobody if she decides to, do what she got to do. But yeah,
the chemistry is just off the damn charts between them two.
Oh my God.
The sexual chemistry, the professional chemistry, all of the chemistries are just everywhere they need to be with these two. And Andy is the victim often. She quite literally, that's like part of her personality, is like doleful, fine ass victim. She is the damsel in distress at all times. But baby, the way that she looks at Robin and like sinks into that, it just feels so right. I don't look at it as contrived as it can feel and annoying as it can feel. Like, there's so many times where I wanted Andy to just stand up for herself and like stop this damn damsel in distress shit. But when it comes to Robin being in her corner, I don't feel that. And I know that he's not in line with Aaron at all. But I feel that same way about Karen with Aaron. Like, Karen in the arms of Aaron, girl, cut your brain off. You good. Andy, in the presence of Robin, I also feel like she will be good. Cut your brain off. And go ahead, take a ride.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. He is, like I said, I'm still looking at him a little sideways, but I do agree. I think that when it comes to Andy, and especially with Robin, just as a person and taking his job seriously, I've seen the things he did for Fatima and Zach, and you don't even know them like that. When it comes to Andy, she is very much so protected in that way, and the fact that he obviously has feelings for her, he's looking at it, you know what I'm saying, from both angles. So, I'm just gonna see how it unfolds. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't want them together. But I wouldn't.
But it's not because of him though, which is a total different thing. Like, it's a different space to be in, because you don't want them together because of her, not because of him. Right?
Correct. A little bit of both, but more so
Oh,
Andy.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Because I got a bone to pick with Robin. Okay, you can
Wait,
let me know
real
how you
quick.
feel about
Demetria
this
said she's engaged to Gary.
Like,
you
Andy
cannot
single.
Being blackmailed into a wedding, into an engagement, is not actually an engagement. Are we honoring blackmailed relationships?
No.
Y'all have got to stop.
No.
I get it. I get the whole, she's married, she's in a relationship. I get that, because sometimes we be skirting the lines. If y'all was watching Reasonable Doubt, there's plenty of people coming from my head. She's a married woman. But what y'all not going to do is say that Andrea Barnes is engaged when she's engaged to a damn demon against her will. Come on now. Come on.
No, we don't honor that.
Go with your bone.
We don't honor that. This is my bone to pick. So when Robin showed up, being Andy's Superman and rescuing the day, and he told Detective Watts that the person you work for, I play golf with the person they work for. So basically, let him know that I have connections, that I'm big out here in these Atlanta streets. Okay, that's cool. But when you were going through your financial situation and this hostile takeover was about to happen at your law firm, where were these connections at for you? Because you took tail and ran. And like Andy said, you didn't even tell her goodbye. So where the hell you been?
Would you have told her goodbye?
I wouldn't have. But I'm just
Andy
saying.
wasn't doing much of nothing. She said, I'm staying out of it. I know that this nigga's gunning for you. I know that he done
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z, but
Yeah.
I'm staying out of it.
Yeah.
He is quite literally
If I
a
was Robin,
demon.
that's what I would have said.
Like, when she said it, I was like, oh yeah, he did. But wait a minute. I literally said, wait a minute. Girl, you told that boy you was staying out of it. You're still caught up in your feelings because of what he said about Paris.
Okay. And he said some questionable things. When she said you didn't even say goodbye. I'm like, he didn't have to. And when did he become your ex? He's an ex-lover. That's it. But when did he become your ex, ma'am? I said, well, did something happen I wasn't aware of? What signifies an ex? I was a little lost. But okay,
I think once you
it can
start
be
bumping
that.
uglies, friend, once you bump uglies, that puts you in the running.
Gotcha.
That's the easiest way to say it.
That is.
Just Danielle says, Erica, it's the optics. She has to publicly be his fiance. Yes, publicly, but inside that damn penthouse where there are no more cameras and or listening devices, she could climb up that Robin tree. What y'all saying? Don't be telling me she engaged in the privacy of her own home. Hey, Robin. The niggas making tea. The niggas making tea. Rich, you brought your ass in, and I'm going to be dramatic. You broke and entered. You broke your ass into Sabrina's house to wait for her to come back from this goddamn interrogation. She didn't have no tea waiting on her. No coffee, no nothing. No smoothie, no prenatals. Robin's coming from London out of the shadows making tea. Probably exactly how she like it. Like, Andrea Barnes, please. Andrea Barnes, please.
Rich came over with what he wanted, a penis. That's all he brought to the table. That's all he brought to the table. When trying to feed this one, you were at the police station at the wee hours of the morning. Okay, so if you know that, you already know what she's dealing with, what her body is going through. She was at the police station at the wee hours in the morning, and you come here to drop off penis? Get the hell out of here.
Even Tony is reaching. Tony is swapping out his belt buckle for Daniela's feet. And you over here with no tea, no foot in hand, nothing but your goddamn shiny ass head and well wishes.
Okay.
Rich, please. Okay, just go. But back to Robin. I very much so feel like he's definitely trying to figure out not only what's going on so that he can represent Andy well, but because he got other ulterior motives and I ain't mad at it. Andy being the lead suspect, I get it to a certain extent, but also I need them to tighten up. The way that they did that damn research for all of whatever the hell they said happened to Gary on the table, they need to do that as it pertains to potential murders. Because y'all gonna have to give me additional context. Just saying that she's a prime suspect. Meanwhile, her and Hudson goofy asses were sitting outside waiting on him to come to the goddamn altar. And he ain't never show up, which they could ultimately wind up. Well, Hudson ain't gonna be her goddamn alibi anyway. But like, y'all gotta give me something else. Y'all gotta give me something else about the trial. The goddamn FBI agent Josh, who could have got his head knocked off. Robin, shout out to Robin. Anyway, and the goddamn Atlanta PD. They got nothing but insults and personal attacks, but not a stitch of evidence. They ain't got a goddamn fingerprints. They ain't got a goddamn video recording. But you want us to believe that we should worry that she's the prime suspect? Where's the proof? And he not even dead. He be all right. Niggas get stabbed every day, B.
Every day, B. You feel me?
Oh. Abby says, I always said they need to switch partners. Wait, who was Tony supposed to go to? Ooh. Oh, Tony should have went to Sabrina.
Oh, I like that.
I like that too, actually. I like that too. Damn.
I can see that.
Rich would have gave Daniela all the shallow that she could experience. All he wants is sex any goddamn way.
All the shallow, and all the penis. Sure would have.
It'd have been sure Rich's penis factory up in here. Lord. I think that Robin is going to stay to get Andy off. Legally.
I was going to say, okay, in more ways than one.
Annie's going to do this to piss us off. She's going to resist Robin specifically to piss us off. It's not happening. We're just not going to have it happen. And there's a lot of people in the chat actually who don't want it to happen because they think that Andy don't deserve Robin. I ain't necessarily going to disagree with y'all, but we're going to have to pick our struggles. Because do we want to struggle through filler-ass episodes the rest of the seasons, or do we want to get something that actually will make us perk up and be like, okay, what's happening here? Y'all got to pick y'all struggle. Do we want to punish Andrea Barnes, or do we want some storylines we can sink our teeth into? Pick your struggle.
Yeah.
Anything else about Robin and Andy? Andy just looks so like Robin. The way that she looks at him, it feels like every time she mutters anything. Now, I know that she's not like shook or nothing, but she looks like it's going to come out. Yes. Okay. That may have her weak in the knees internally. What'd you say?
Yeah. And I was actually happy to see Andy kind of be assertive, because I do feel like she definitely has strong feelings for Jordan when she told Robin that I don't need your permission to go see him. Like, I really did like that version of her, because even though I'm not the biggest Jordan fan, I do believe that she does have strong feelings for him. And I like the fact that she even showed it with Robin, even though she may be weak in the knees for him. It's like, look, I want to make sure he's okay, and I don't need your permission to do so. And as he said, as your lawyer, which, okay, I'm going to let you have that. But what I got to say about Robin is he is the epitome, and I forget the actor's name. I don't think I have never in my life went from not being attracted to somebody to being overly attracted to somebody.
So quick.
I don't know what the hell that man was drinking. I don't know what the hell he did. He stepped in the phone booth or something. But baby, he came back with a certain big energy that has captivated me. I said, what? Not when he came back this time, but when he came the second time after he was in Tyler Perry little movie. I don't know what happened, but oh my God, there was a shift of energy, and I'm here for it. Robin, welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Mimi. His name is Austin. Ciao.
Austin, thank you.
Allie, I hear you. I hear you with Andrea, like, asserting herself, but also, do I care? No. Because you needed Gary's permission to not see your man. Like, if you're going to stand up for yourself, do it then. Don't stand up for yourself when the man who could possibly actually give you a good life is trying to protect your ass. You want to find your goddamn backbone and your voice in the moments where you're not actually in danger. But when your ass is being yoked up in a goddamn parking garage, when your ass is being dragged down a goddamn aisle, it's mum's the goddamn word. Andrea, please. Please, okay? Allie, you gotta choose. Allie B, I'm sorry, you gotta choose. You gotta pick a struggle.
That is hilarious.
I'm sorry, Allie. I just can't. Like, her standing up to Robin meant nothing to me. Because sometimes we do that.
I like it.
Sometimes we try to stand up.
I like it.
We stand up to our man when it's our man, and he be like, I hear you, but no. And guess what?
Yeah.
I sat down.
I liked it too. I don't want, even if she do fall for Robin, I don't want her to give in that easy. I don't want her to give in that easy. But this is what Andy does. And I've said this several times. Andy would have me riding with her for a good 1.5 minutes. Then she does something and I have to take that mug back. Because when Robin said, as your lawyer, I'm advising you not to go over there. I'm like, why not?
He leaned in.
Why not?
Ooh.
You don't think you're being followed? No, you need to go to the bedside of your fiance. You need to put on the show. Andy gets straight dumb. Like, you are a lawyer, my goodness, and you mean to tell me You don't know they following you. You don't know they're watching your every move. You ain't gonna go see this man. Now I know you don't give a damn about Gary. We don't either. But I'm gonna need you to play the role.
And that is
Andy.
why Josh Ash is down at the damn interrogation room telling Fatima she's gonna make a great lawyer and telling you a fickle tramp.
Oh God. Oh, oh man. This insult be hitting now.
You the fickle tramp because
No
you don't
insult be
realize the
hitting.
FBI is following you now because you are quite literally their prime suspect.
That man called
How would
her a
they
fickle
know?
tramp
How
and
would
a
they know?
two-faced black widow. I said, wait a minute. She's a what? A two-faced black widow and a fickle. I'm sorry. Oh,
How
oh,
would they know? How would they know I went to go see him? Andrea, please go take a nap or something with your cute ass, please.
I said, Andy, you're
Y'all
not
gotta
too
get
bright
y'all's
right now.
girl.
You're not. You're not.
Y'all gotta
You are not the brightest crayon in the box.
And mad that she not down there managing partner, managing the goddamn law firm. The law firm,
Okay.
I fear, that don't have no goddamn clients because now we're taking a damn trip over to that goofy ass duplex. You mean to tell me that you're going to take your ass to work so that you could go watch Hayden and not take your ass to work so that you can run Buffer as the assistant to the new managing partner who was supposed to be a high-powered attorney, winning all types of cases left and right, so you might have to field communication between her and her clients because she's not there? I'm sick of y'all shit, okay? This is how I know that Andrea Barnes ain't doing shit down at that damn law firm but being cute, okay? Being cute and kikiing with Fatima's ass because Fatima says she's going into work to solely keep an eye on Hayden. Girl, what?
But she's gonna be an amazing lawyer though. When the last time we saw Fatima do some work? That's all Fatima does.
This is why your
Fatima
ass can't pass
literally
the test.
goes to work. She can't pass the test.
You
She
can't
literally
pass
goes
the
to
test
work
because you're too busy
Hayden.
watching Hayden's ass. You can't pass the test because you rewarded Zach for his arts and crafts. Meanwhile, he couldn't have found a goddamn dry erase board if that shit slapped him in the head when he had his own goddamn office. Now he a stay-at-home daddy with the kid missing. He pulling out all his goddamn arts and crafts, and this is wonderful. Now we know why your ass is failing law school, honey. Go ahead, Ellie. I'm sorry.
Not the arts and crafts. I said, Zach done made this little poster board. This little poster board and his little knife, his paper knife, baby. When I tell you, I said, Fatima, yeah, I didn't. And then she's acting as if she's about to have a long, exhausted day. You finna go babysit. What are you acting all tired for? Well, I can make you an omelet. No, I gotta get to work. What? You got to get to work for what? And then this is Zach. Oh my God. Now, okay, your little poster board was cute or whatever, but I have an issue with Zach always coming for people. Look at the people on these boards. These MF was mad weird. But you and the other criminal next to you, to your left, y'all done made this poster board trying to figure out who possibly killed Gary and think you gonna crack the case before the FBI and the Atlanta Police Department. Yeah, because that's not weird. That's not weird at all. This is normal behavior.
Zach,
but everybody else on the board is weird. Okay.
Zachary Taylor, you are a hobosexual all of 3 months ago and you want to be talking about other people being weird. You are a hobosexual on a bike, ho. And you want to talk about everybody else being weird? You supposedly own a real estate firm with an office and everything, but now magically you're a stay-at-home dad everybody is weird.
Right.
Zachary, please.
Yeah. I like how he slid that in there. I'm trying this whole stay at home dad bit. First of all, first of all, y'all send Michael to school. Remember, because the kids on the bus was picking on him as if he ride the bus with high school kids. That baby in school at least 6.5, 7 hours a day. What do you do? So
And
you
you
ain't
got a
got your office
nanny.
no more,
And you have a nanny.
and he has a nanny. What do you do? What do you do, Zachary Taylor? You a stay at home father who has no child to father. I don't know what the hell is going on right now. I don't know what the hell these writers are doing
It
right now with this character. I don't understand. I don't understand. He's a little too serious about this poster board.
We
He a
couldn't
little
even
too
get you this
serious.
serious about a real estate deal. You're down there playing solitaire in your goofy ass suits with no tie. But now all of a sudden you motivated to put somebody in jail. As a convict yourself.
As a convict yourself.
I need the writers to be effing for real. Like immediately. And I get it. Y'all don't want to give Zach and Fatima up, but y'all got to give them something else to do besides this. Because this is some bullshit. If I have ever seen it. Fatima, you're in law school and failing. And you over here bigging up his arts and crafts? Child.
It's a hot mess. And I know this is Sistas, this is not Fatima, but I just got to say this. I am tired of Zach looking like damn Nino Brown every time he go to work. I am sick and tired of that black with that big gold ass chain. Why does he look like a drug dealer every time he pop up in that damn office? I'm sorry. What is that about? What is that about? He look like straight Nino Brown. CMB. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. That's exactly what he looked like. I'm tired. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. And like you said, if y'all gonna keep Zach and Fatima's characters on Sisters, y'all got to give them a whole lot more than just trying to, find out who possibly killed Gary. Because who cares? Who cares?
They
I'm
said
sorry.
Zach's
No,
thing look like Paw Patrol. Who cares about you acting out Paw Patrol, Zach? We don't care, nigga. Like, we don't
at all.
Mimi says it's a
I just
perfect segue
can't.
from one homosexual to the next. Ellie, I'm gonna let you go in because this your girl.
Oh, Samira.
This is your girl.
Oh. Let
I'm
me tell
done
you
with her.
something.
I'm done with her.
Let me tell you something. Samira, she ain't my girl, but I can respect the game. I can respect the game.
What
Now,
game is she
her and
playing, Ellie?
Hayden,
I'm so confused, bro. Like, I am like...
girl, you. First of all, this was the scene, their scenes together. I said they are some of the most sick, twisted individuals on this show.
Yeah.
Because what the hell did we watch? Like, truly, what did we watch? I'm trying to understand where Tamara has gotten all of this boldness and audacity from. Because the last time we saw her, she was crying and begging Hayden not to leave her after what he found on her phone. So you have done a complete 180. You're a brand new person coming with all this boldness. I'm like, wherever you picked that up from, I'm gonna need you to go put it back because you don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. And then they come in there, they're disrespecting each other, saying some of the most cruel things they could say to one another. And after all of that, you mean to tell me you had a sense of desire to get down on your knees and open your mouth for Hayden? I'm sorry. What? Tamara is willing to do anything to keep a roof over her head and some cash flow coming her way. But then again, this is who she is.
But I'm
And
like,
then
girl, take your
Hayden,
ass back to Madam. If that's the case, why are you here?
please, please go back to Madam. And I don't even want you there, but you need to go back there. Then Hayden, I just want to apologize for everything I said to you. I was just on one right now. But I don't want no other man touching you. You my girl. and this is what it's gonna be. I said, baby, what tricks did she use?
Hello. And I need to go ahead and make sure I'm
Baby,
up to speed. I need to make sure I'm up to date.
I need to be on. I need to be up because you captivated his soul. You gave that man a whole brain transplant because one minute he couldn't stand you, the next moment he professing his love for you. Where they do that at? I don't hate to. I mean, do what you gotta do, Tamara. But that thing there, I was a ball of confusion, truly a ball of confusion with them because I'm like, what is happening right now?
Only for him to leave to go to work and her look like her stomach was turned. And I'm like, girl, so then why are you doing all of this?
Right.
What is the end game? Y'all better get to it quick. Because I don't care. I don't give a damn about Zach and his Paw Patrol missions, and I damn sure don't care about Tamara and whatever cookie scheme she's cooking up. For Hayden, he get what he get. The same way that Gary's ass, if he decides to die in this damn ICU, he gets what he gets. Don't care about none of it.
I'm just trying to understand. We all grown. And if you're not, you shouldn't be, just turn your ears off. Now, if I was a suspect in a possible murder and I'm thinking about skipping town, and my dude comes over and, we get into this heated argument and then it turns into him, pleasing me. I've had some amazing things done in my life. However, I would have said thank you for your time and your services, but I got a plane to catch. You mean to tell me that Tamara head game that good, it caused you to change your entire plan?
So much so that you going to work.
You going to work, nigga? She sucked you off that good. You finna go make some money? I'm sorry. What is happening right now on this show? You had a whole suitcase packed. You done probably already purchased the tickets, and she came down there and probably spent 15 minutes on her knees, and you were changed. What? The writers, y'all need to stop.
Change plans. We ride
y'all
together.
Need to stop. For real. For real. Y'all need to stop.
They said they ride together, they died together. Bad couples for life.
Bad boys for life. For life. I can't.
Oh my word. I can't. Is that everything, Allie? Y'all hit that like button if you in here. Keep keying with us. I know it's a little late on the East Coast, so I appreciate everybody that's up in here. Is that everything?
Was that everything? Let me check. Let me see. I did take some notes.
I started taking notes and then I quit. I quit 15 minutes in because I just.
I think that was everything.
Let's see what y'all talking about in this chat, honey.
Yeah, let's see what they saying.
Vaughn C says, I'm confused too. I'm so not getting what Tamara's game is. Unsure what the angle is. It makes no sense, period. Come on, Allie, so funny. What's the point of them even being together? We do not know. We wouldn't be able to tell y'all if we tried. Might as well start calling her Cher because the girlfriend is well dressed and clueless. Come on, Andy and Cher.
Yes.
I love it. Oh wait, to Gary find out that Robin's back and look on his face is going to be priceless. You are so right. And he's her attorney. Yeah. That's my kinds of carryings on. That's my kinds of carryings on. Kay says, I don't care, maybe. I don't care. I'm here for Andy and Robin. It's better than Gary or Jordan. And the crazy thing is, like, Jordan is not a bad guy, but Andy does not love you the way that you love her. Like, you love her more, and it's not in the way that it feels like she can possibly get there. I feel like Andy found safety in you because you're the first healthy relationship she's ever been exposed to, but you won't be the last. You are a stepping stone for her, and that sounds so bad, but, it's meaningful, it's important, and it needs to happen. But there's just something about them that just, it's not not going to work. No matter how much sexual chemistry that they have, they're missing some je ne sais quoi that they just do not have. And focus on your sister and healing and winning whatever little races that you want to win and let Andy continue on her journey. How about that?
I want that for him too.
Abby Holloway says that Hudson did that. I was hoping for Jasmine to come back on there. That would have been a great storyline. Child, if we bringing characters back, I'm like, Tyler, what you waiting on? Writers, what you waiting on? Where's Jasmine Borders? Can we break her out of prison?
Please. I want to see my good sister season 8. Please. Because Hudson, I said, baby, Hudson is acting like first of all, why does Hudson look wet? Like why does he?
He was running.
Why does
he was running
wet?
to his man's bedside. He was sweating.
That's fact. He running. I'm like, the man he just look wet. But I'm like, when he was talking to that doctor, and he continues to blame Andy, and I said, I'm at like a tug of war with Hudson because a part of me feels like Hudson played a role in this, but then the other half today really made me feel like even the more that Hudson has a crush on Gary.
He does.
Because the way that he says certain things about Andy, it makes no sense. Like it's really like he's appalled that Gary that Gary even wanted this woman in his presence. I'm like, baby, something right about you, Hudson.
Yeah. Mm-mm. I agree, friend. Hey, Mimi.
Hey, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, everyone. So I rarely talk about sisters, but you know, I usually comment on Kingdom Business. That's my jam. But,
yes.
So, like, as much as this episode was lackluster, as you can see in the chat, like, I was so excited to see Robin.
Yeah.
Like, I like the actor. Like, I think when he first came on, I was like, kind of like, huh? But then, like, he kind of grew into the character. And then when he played Willie Earl, I was like, all right. All right.
So Willie Earl put a little grit on him. He put a little something with him.
Yeah. So sometimes, like, it's so like when he was on there before he took the extended break, I was like, okay, Willie Earl, like, well, watch his sister, you know. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but like, I was thinking about like the scene in the penthouse and like the familiarity, but like, I feel like Robin checks Andy's boxes. Like, he's wealthy. She respects him because they're in the same career field, and he's a little bit ahead of her. And he keeps things exciting. Like, so, and like, she feels easy. Like, you can see her voice changed. Like, her whole body language changed around him. Mm-hmm. And like, to piggyback, I absolutely do believe that Jordan could, if the writers do this right, he could definitely be a good, healthy stepping stone. And hopefully Robin learned some things, reflected on some things, because he made mistakes. Like, he was wrong for what he said to her.
He was.
Right. But like, we shouldn't allow that one thing to like erase everything else about his character, right? Mm-hmm. But like, Andy aside, like, even if they don't go down that path with him, I want revenge. I want revenge. I want revenge. Him to play on Gary and Hayden's neck. I need him to keep them uneasy.
Yeah.
Like Gary's a brash psychopath.
Yeah.
I need him to not see Robin coming.
I love that, actually. Hey, Noel, welcome in, boo.
Because the fact was, Robin didn't have the liquidity. It wasn't that he didn't have the money.
Yep.
Okay.
So
you right about that.
I was like, give me that. If you can't give me anything, give me that. So
give us the ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Give us that moment. Yep.
Exactly. I need them shook. Like that small 15-minute post-credit trailer when he was like, come to Andy's office. And Haiti was like, I said, yes,
Mm-hmm.
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it. All right,
Yep.
Well.
I just want to say, hey, ladies, I'm so happy y'all are back. I missed y'all shenanigans while Sisters was on break because I don't get a chance to cut up any other time but Wednesday night.
Aw.
But listen, I don't usually check for the light skins, but I don't know what Robin has done to me. But baby, I knew I was waiting for him, but I didn't know I was waiting for him like I was obviously waiting for him, because as soon as he walked in and I heard that raspy voice, I was like, yep, whatever it is, the answer is yes.
Whatever it is. Whatever. Yes. Immediately, yes. You're not the only
He's at
one,
the
sis.
penthouse, making himself all comfortable, making the tea. I was like, girl, what is you doing? Sit down and shut up.
Like, let's be
Sometimes
for
you just have to
real.
sit and wait. Yes, sit and wait and see what the man is going to do.
I'm glad we're mostly all on the same accord, okay? Let me find out Robin brought his ass back not only to save Andrea Barnes, but to save us all. And save the damn season.
Save us all. And listen, if he's going to get rid of Jordan, go ahead and take your homies. Just wrap it up. Wrap it up. Take them all. Take the whole crew.
Yes.
And let us do another set for Sabrina and Danny. We can try again. They did it once. They can do it again.
Yeah, so like I saw in the chat, someone was like, I only like Preston. I still struggle with like Preston because he literally gave the girl an ultimatum and then went and married a white woman as a consequence.
But did he though?
Yes.
I mean, we saw the social media post, right? That's what that was.
What
Danny's
social media post? Oh, what? No, I don't know. Wait, I'm confused.
That Danny was looking at allegedly.
Yeah, their wedding photos.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta ignore the continuity that's happening on Zatima. Cool. Because I'm like, did he?
Oh yeah, that's a bit.
Okay, so I'm gonna ignore.
Thing.
So yes, he meant in this side of the multiverse, he did. Okay, got it. So
I know there's still people holding out for Preston to come back for Danny, and I'm just like, for me, that's where he killed their relationship. I don't know if there's any coming back from that. For me.
I would love for Danny to go take him to try. Go find your man and give us a break for a while.
Yeah, Danny's not even emotionally mature or healthy enough to even open up the possibility for Preston to come back. Like, because what she said to Tony, like, really annoyed me, because she is one of those people that like gets therapy language and then misuses it. Mm-hmm. So when she was like, I feel like you judge my trauma, I said, no, girl, that's not what was happening. You were leaning into an avoidant attachment style and trying to comfort yourself. And he was trying to make you aware because you couldn't even be introspective and open up and be vulnerable with yourself in a journal. In a journal.
Come on and keep them facts now. You own it. You own it.
That's all she knows. That's it.
I'm gonna keep my mental health journey to myself. I'm gonna focus on it. That problem is your mental health journey has only been in your wheelhouse this whole entire time, and your ass actually needs some other eyes on it, honey.
And you're not even being vulnerable in therapy. So let's not do this. Like, you're using your coping mechanisms whilst in the therapy session. Like, what are we talking about? That was like, he suggested you speak to your therapist, and then you throw it back in. He's the villain. And I was like, Tony, you thought you were better than Preston, huh? You're getting the same treatment.
But what I respect about it is that he's getting this, but he also is not meeting her with toxicity. What I struggle with Preston is like, Preston, you could clearly see something's wrong with her, and you decided to meet her toxicity with more toxicity.
That's true. Now, that is true.
And for me, Daniela, you disprove your own goddamn point to say that he's judging you where was the judgment? Because he's still attracted to you. He still decided to give you affirmations while also pointing to the fact that he wanted you to actually be able to express yourself. Knowing that you actually need to have a session, knowing that you need to talk about your feelings, knowing that you're actually running and being deflective right now, all of what he spoke to was not running his ass off. It was actually making him lean in. So, Daniela, please.
Yeah. And then she was like, when your woman just had a hard day. I said, no, don't you. Let's not guess. Let's not do that.
Maybe when my woman is not some type of crazy ass, no ambition having, wild sex fiend that's as shallow as a goddamn kiddie pool, maybe then when the dick is requested, I will provide it. But otherwise, we are healing first and dick second, honey.
That part.
Any other thoughts y'all got for the episode?
Oh, Allie, I've been telling everybody about the FPI after your video last season, the Fisher Price investigations, when you said Penelope was. When boy said he was from the FBI, all I could hear was FPI, and I just had a grand old time cackling. I was like, Robin is looking at you like, boy, sit down. And I'm thinking the same thing. You a fake cop. I mean, I get that you're real, but come on now. Stop.
Oh my God.
And he pisses me off too, because it's like, I want to like you, but then now Tyler's using you to spew out all this goddamn misogynistic ass talking points. Like,
and he was doing, I was like, he's all right. Like last season, he was cool.
Even in season 2, when he picked her up off of the damn side of the road, when he was there to yank all her stuff out of her house, he was even cool then. And now all of a sudden, she the black widow fickle trend.
I was like, he gets these insults off, but like, come on.
He throws them out. And they fit every time.
Oh man! But other than that,
like
I'm like, this is it feels out of character. Like,
I wonder if he's torn. Did he think Andy was supposed to like him or go for him, and this is just him being bitter about the fact that she didn't?
It feels like it, but I don't know. I feel like KJ is just so masterful that she has KJ seems like a really, really generous scene partner, because she just she seems to mesh well with every single person that she's in a scene with, and the degree of chemistry will range, but there will always be some kind of chemistry in something.
I mean, like it took the whole season 7, but finally, Jordan, they clicked. Finally, chemistry wise, like I believed him. When he was like when he went there and was like, I love you and I can't like let you do this. I believed him for the first time in all of season 7. I said, there it is. But I needed that like the entire season.
But see, the tea about that though, it was always him that we didn't believe though. That's the tea about that.
Yeah.
So, like when he was first introduced, with the switch, I was like, I don't believe you're not dropped. I don't know what's happening. You might be nervous. I'm talking about acting wise, but I don't believe you. And it was hard. Like, I think it was hard for everybody.
Yes, Lord.
But it was a struggle.
Yeah, but that season finale, I was like, okay. If you put this up, maybe I'll tolerate you.
Maybe.
But then they brought Robin back, and I said, "Bruh, I don't know what to tell you."
Never mind. Jordan, do you know you have 30 minutes? 30. Yes. It's out of our hands now, Jordan. We tried. We rode with you to the end of season 7. We didn't tell them to bring Robin back. Now it's out of our hands. There's not one way in hell that we could root for you with Robin standing right there. And be sensible young women. We wouldn't be able to do it.
He got us shook. He just looking like just giving eye contact, like leaning in, eye contact. Allie said it herself. She was like, "Now wait a minute."
What's going on?
Listen,
Oh my gosh.
Austin. Now, damn it.
Listen, this the confidence for me. I like a little cocky, and I'm like, it just walked in the room.
Mm-hmm.
But he can back it up, and that's what makes it even better.
Play golf with his boss.
I'm ready for him to get these flexes off, especially on Hayden. Oh man, and Gary. Oh my god.
Hayden gonna wish he took that
It needs
empty
to
ass
happen.
carry on and got to hell. He didn't let the real Black Widow trap his ass and send him into work.
For real.
Y'all, what are we watching?
Oh my god.
Oh my word. Okay. Any last thoughts, y'all? Any last thoughts you want to get off about the episode or the season? We are 2 episodes in. We got 20 more to go.
20.
Oh
Jesus.
gosh.
It's only gonna go up from here, right?
I appreciated Karen giving some good business advice and talking about Black founders. I appreciated that. Educating,
I love that.
That's
Mhm.
Grace because she really don't deserve it, but I appreciated it. Since she's going to be operating out of her shop, her business out of her shop, so might as well make all the I's and T's crossed. I miss Aaron. I'm
Lord.
with. I'm like Robin, Aaron. I think I'll be okay.
We will be doing all right. Like we will really be kind of treading water for real, but it feels like we're drowning right now. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I miss his presence. Like, I just do. I like seeing him on my screen.
Yes, he could add so much. Just give Karen what she needs because she's been waiting for a minute. She's been enduring. Now let her get a little bit of that soft and tender that we're getting to see the other ladies get. She deserves it.
And her be able to accept it.
Hello.
Yes. I'm like she's getting further along. I'm like, I would like to see him because I'm like, Zach is going whatever, but like Aaron, like have conversations. Like I can start talking about like what else do you need besides these cribs? Like something. Like I want to see him with something. Setting up.
We need to see them circle back, honestly, to like he tried to take her to Lamar's class so that they could start doing birthing prep, and she was fighting that, and her mama had to get her together. He had to tell her about the stroller. Like now, I need to see the actual conceding because we didn't dealt with her pushback. Now, like where is he at to get the fruits of that labor?
Yeah. Yeah, my only thing with that was like, hey, if you think about purchasing, just shoot over a text message. Hey, what do you think about this stroller? That's the only thing I would have changed about him buying the stroller instead of just buying it. Like, you like this? I'm gonna buy it.
I mean, you could always take it back. Like, and he got so much money. Like, Robin, Aaron has so much money. It would be different if we were like, if we had a budget and we only had a certain amount of money for the stroller and you went and bought the stroller that you wanted from there. But like Aaron led with like, he just wanted to do something. So I don't fault him for that. And I understand how you are, but like, just to provide additional context with that, the baby's gonna have 17 strollers and he wouldn't give a good goddamn. Like, so for her kicking up dust about that damn stroller, I'm like, Karen, please. Okay? Please.
He needs to buy 4 car seats.
And hell, that could be the stroller that go to his house. Like, you took my point. That's what I was getting ready to say. I'm like, we tripping. If she was tripping about a stroller, okay, if you don't like it, this is what I'll have when the babies are with me or when the baby is with me. It didn't even necessarily have to be at your place. It could just be mine. And if we can go out and get the one that you want. It was just going back to I can't remember which person said it, but allowing Karen to get what we're, I don't believe it all, but just having that presence there, having her to be able to feel that and have that, like they gave that to us in season 2, only for her to have sex with Zach in her back office. And it kind of shifted the dynamic between her and Aaron. But I love the fact that he was so attentive to her and you could see her walls slowly, breaking down and her embracing that affection that he was given. And I want to see that again for her because I feel that Karen deserves it. I feel that that Aaron is someone who just genuinely loves her and wants to be there for her. And it's time for the writers to allow Karen to be receptive. Because what are you rejecting? You love them, like that's you. You do love them, and if
Mhm.
you are upset about Curly Sue popping up out of nowhere, then you need to have that conversation.
Yep.
But just don't let Aaron become a non-existent. I mean, I know he's going to be in season 8 or whatever, but just don't let him become a non-existent factor in her life.
Yeah.
That's my hope that he doesn't become that.
This leads me to want to ask a question, y'all, and I think this would be a great way to end. Do we think that for the show that we have been given and we have been watching for 8 seasons, do we think that there's a fear on the writing or creative side where none of the girls can actually be in a healthy, stable relationship? Because I'm wondering if they're not allowing Karen to accept Aaron because they feel like that lessens the drama to have at least one of them. Like, I totally could see Aaron and Karen getting married and like actually being happy. And to me, there'll be still plenty to write because she still is friends with these goofy girls and she still has a long way to goddamn go. But will we never actually get to see that because they don't believe that healthy relationships will be conducive for the show that they created?
Would you like to take it,
I do
Noel?
feel that way. I think they gave us a glimpse of showing some drama that wasn't relationship drama with Karen going through everything with the salon. But outside of that, what other drama has there been that isn't relationship drama in the show? I think that's just their bread and butter. Life has so many other adversities, but we don't really get to see it in their opportunities. People with families and businesses and jobs, things come up all the time. You don't have to rely on a relationship being bad or toxic or whatever to still have drama, but that's what they do. So maybe you're right. Maybe we just aren't going to get a healthy relationship that lasts on Sisters.
I'm curious. Like, I'm literally asking, and I know that there's plenty of people who are going to be in there. But what about Zach and Fatima? They're not healthy.
Oh, they're not
They're
healthy
not.
at
Next.
all. But I mean, I enjoy watching this, Zatima, but I think the tone was established that it's not looking for balance and looking at what real life looks like, and I hate to do the comparison, like an Insecure, like
Mhm.
like everyday people, things happen, but and then they move on, but there's balance and there's healthy relationships, or they show growth, they show, like, this show is not set up that way. And that's because that's not the I guess that's not the audience that is targeting. I would love to see, like, it's very small, but I would love to see at this point, like, a couple of the sisters married and like going through, conflict, not drama. Because I think those are very different things. I just think that this vehicle focuses on shock value
Mhm.
and like they value drama over, let me show you what a healthy relationship truly looks like.
Yeah.
And even in healthy relationships you have conflict.
Mhm.
It doesn't always have to be toxic. But again, it's about who's your audience and what will they value most. What will keep them coming back. But I would love, like, if this were a different show, I would love to see that. Like, I would love to see Karen married to Aaron. Like, I would love to see Robin and Andy, jet setting, being, boss lawyers together. Like, love that. Sabrina finding happiness in motherhood. Like, Danny actually healing, like, for real. Not
Yeah.
using the language and using it to protect herself. Like, actually being vulnerable, actually doing the work.
Yeah.
And to show the, because media influences real life too, as you say many times, Erica, and show the audience that is target, like, this is a different paradigm. You can have this life as well. Like, you can start here and grow here.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Sad.
What you think,
It's
Ellie?
just sad. 'Cause I think about, like, I'm thinking about how much time we spent with these characters. And like, if a person was 32 when this show started, you're 37. Like, that's wild. You were 32 when it started, you're 37 now. And that is so true about just in everyday life, you are met with certain types of conflict that doesn't necessarily um turn into something that is drama filled. But Sisters to me is a very exaggerated depiction of the things that happen, and not that certain things don't happen or will not happen, but it's a very exaggerated way, the way that they to me display it. And honestly, I think the only sister, I don't know how long this show will go on, but to me, Karen is the only one that I feel, based on who she's coupled with, has the chance of creating something different in this sisters universe with Aaron. Because you have Zach and Fatima, that's one of the most toxic, if not the most toxic relationship within the universe. And then you have Sabrina with Rich. I don't really care about that relationship. And then you have Tony and Danny. It could be good if Tony wasn't coupled with Danny. And I think one of the downfalls about this show is that things happen, and then the next episode, even though they pick up where it left off, that it acts as if it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you do that. Like, conflict happens, drama between these people happen, and there is never a resolve. There is never, we come to a conclusion. But like it was stated, a lot of this stuff is like, it's shock value. When I think there is so much promise in displaying what healthy black love looks like. What happens when relationships have conflict, and how do these people work it out? And you can still create drama in it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily have to be them calling out their names and, oh, had a baby on me and all of this stuff like that. And I'm thinking I would love to have seen this show grow with their audience.
Yeah.
And they have not. They have really literally been stuck in however many years supposedly have passed within the show. But I'm like, in the outside world, it's been 5 years. And as you stated earlier, it's almost as if we're in season 2. Because not much has happened.
And with that, I think it's time to bid y'all adieu, honey. I think that's a really great place to drop off. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, A. Noel, for coming in and sounding off.
Yes.
Thanks, ladies. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
So we arrived back where we started, Allie. But we had a bunch of fruitful, fun, and exploratory conversation along the way. Friend, tell them what you got going on this week.
What's this week? Oh, I did my initial thoughts. So I was recording my thoughts on the commercial breaks with Sisters. So I'm gonna have that out a little. Probably it'll be available a little after 1 o'clock tonight. I'm not going in depth. You just hear what I was thinking as the show was going on. So it ain't very thought out, and it's definitely what I thought is what I said. So I hope y'all enjoy.
All right.
And I don't know what else I'm doing, what other videos, but y'all just be on the lookout for them.
At Allie Nick Official, y'all be on the lookout. Thank you so much, Allie, for joining me for another Our Sisters Keeper. I don't think I'll be able to do this without you, friend. Ooh, my word.
Listen.
Y'all can look out for a bunch of new videos. I'm actually traveling this weekend, got a lot going on, so I've already locked and loaded things in a chamber. Y'all probably have already seen me dropping videos all day today, and there's more to come, exploring various storylines. You know how I do. Now we're back in sister season, so you guys can kind of expect at least one video each day. Breakdown video is definitely to follow first, and then a preview video, and then additionally those subject videos. Feel free to drop a comment if you're watching this on replay. If you think that there's a video that Allie and I should explore, that I should explore, always drop those thoughts or send us something. You could DM us, you could put it in a comment or whatever. Reach out so that we can keep the conversation going. To Allie's point, the very beginning of this, the biggest, most impactful thing about the Sistas universe, at least for us, is literally the community that we've been able to cultivate and the conversations that we get to have with y'all. So the more we're able to do that, the more bearable this actually is. So drop your questions, drop your thoughts, drop your reactions and all of that. If you're not a part of my Discord, that's also how you get to call in for free $99 and share your thoughts and have your voice heard as well. But then I also have a Sisters channel in my Discord where I also preview videos that could potentially be coming, and people post their initial thoughts and we have further conversations. So you can check the description box for that. Yeah, thank y'all for joining us for another Our Sisters Keeper. And we're going to see you in the next one.
Yes, good night, y'all.